Hey everybody, Brett Hart here from Blackfoot Motorsports. We have a fun winter project we're working on right now. We're going to take this 2022 YZ250 and we're going to take a BRC engine, the world premiere of their YZ500 engine, and we're going to test fit it in here and make sure everything works. So why don't we go ahead and start taking this one apart and get it ready for the new engine. So we're here in the shop at Blackfoot Motorsports with the guys from BRC Racing. This is their 3D printed prototype YZM500 engine. What can you guys tell us about this engine?
Well, we're super excited about this engine. We've had success with our other models thus far, converting 250 and 300cc motorcycles into 500cc engines. And it became a natural to think about doing something for the YZ250, seeing as how the engine's been the same since 1999. Today we're looking to see with the changes made to the 22 YZ250 and 250X models if our design will actually fit. So our CAD designer from BRC Racing, Steve Buffalo, can speak to some of the challenges that he had to overcome to see if it does fit.
Well, as you can see, it is a bigger lump, and it has a piston the size of a paint can. And wedging all of that displacement into the small aluminum chassis was a little bit of a challenge. So we had to take into account, cylinder angle, where the exhaust would go. We're using a pneumatic actuated power valve, so that has some clearance issues around the frame. Different water pump cover, and you can see a unique coolant hose, and we try to reuse as many of the Yamaha components that we possibly can. So we're going to see how this works. It all looks good in 3D and on my design screen.
The purpose of doing a 3D printed engine is obviously to speed up our design and our checks and balances. And so once our design is done, we use a combination of laser scanning and CAD modeling to come up with our designs and make sure they fit. But nothing does as good a job as putting in the actual parts into the chassis. And so with today's technology of 3D printing, it becomes much more viable to do. And so this is the exact physical size of what we'll be casting out of aluminum. No, this engine is not designed to run. We're well aware that it probably wouldn't last that long, although one day I think we want to try that. So without further ado, shall we see if we can got something to fit?
Let's see if it'll go in.
Well, that went really good. Brett, what was your take on the install of putting the BRC YZM500 into the 2022 YZ250 Monster Energy Yamaha?
I did not expect it to be that easy. I thought there was going to be some tighter clearances, but this thing fell in there just perfect. Everything has all the clearances where it needs to be, and it looks awesome. I want to see a real one.
Yeah, it's pretty nice to see it in real life versus just on the screen. And it's actually pretty amazing to see that the 2022 bodywork and fuel tank haven't presented any additional issues. In fact, if anything, they provide a little more clearance in some areas. So yeah, I'm excited.
Well guys, thanks for coming down to Blackfoot Motorsports and letting us be a part of this. We can't wait to see what other projects you guys have on the go, and you guys tune in and see what else we got going on.